Kolkata. Today, just a minute. Today, we are very fortunate to have with us Professor Department of History, Jadunath Sarkar, School of Assam University. He will be speaking on the topic pandemic time and educational institutions looking to positivity. Dr. Malabendu Jana, Assistant Professor, Drush University, Neurological Science, Chicago, US. He will be speaking on the topic COVID-19, possible strategies to prevent neurodegenerative diseases. So this international webinar is specially designed to address various aspects of the pandemic situation, of the COVID-19 situation by Ramakrishna Mission Vivekananda Centenary College, Rahara, Kolkata. So we welcome you all to today's international webinar. Before we begin, I would request our revered Principal Maharaj, Swami Kamalasthanandaji Maharaj, to kindly give the welcome address.
Just 1 minute, because this main admin some problem. Just 1 minute, I am just give the welcome address. Just 1 minute.
পার্টিসিপেন্টটা দেখা যাবে না আমার পরিচিত কিছু অনন্য জয়েন করেছে আওয়াজ করলাম
কি আওয়াজ পার্টিসিপেন্টরা ঢুকছে
ভিডিও অন করো দেখে লোকে
এখন 10:45 বাজছে আমার মিটিং স্টার্ট হয়নি দেরি হয়েছে আসতে
Yes, please wait for a few minutes. There is some technical error. So we are just waiting for it to get amended and we will return very soon. Please wait patiently. We request all of you to kindly have patience and please wait. We are starting our program very soon. There is some technical error. Please wait.
So, most respected Professor Projit Kumar Palit and most respected Dr. Malabendu Jana, actually Professor Projit Kumar Palit is a senior professor, Department of History, Assam University, and Dr. Malabendu Jana, he is the assistant professor in Ross University, Chicago, Illinois. We are very happy to have these two distinguished persons in this today's webinar. And on behalf of our college, on behalf of all students, faculty members, and all other members, I express my heartiest regards and respect to both Professor Projit Kumar Palit and Dr. Malabendu Jana on behalf of the college for their participation, and also students those are present in this platform and YouTube. I also thanks all of them that in this beautiful morning we are all assembled here, and this today's topic all you have heard, this COVID-19, its awareness, history, and its therapeutics values and therapeutics implications. So all we have listened from these two distinguished scholar in these two different fields, but both are related to this pandemic. So I do not extend my talk. I just once again express my heartiest regards and welcome to Professor Projit Kumar Palit and Dr. This Malabendu Jana on behalf of this college. And thanks all are present in different platform. All students after the talk, you just interact with the speaker and actually learn from them because it is a rare opportunity to attend in this webinar. Thanks all of you. Thank you.
Thank you. So today we have all listened for an international webinar organized by Rama Central College on COVID-19, its history and awareness. Happy, and we are very fortunate to have two distinct amongst us for giving the webinar talk. Professor Projit Palit, Professor, Department of History of Social Science, Assam University. We'll be speaking on the topic academic time and educational. We will just like to give a brief introduction about our distinguished speaker. Professor Projit Kumar Palit has done his PhD from Vishwabharati University, Shantiniketan in 2001. The topic of his thesis paper is History of Religion in Tripura from earliest time up to Manikya dynasty. Now he is a professor. Department of History, Jadunath Sarkar School of Social Sciences, Assam University, Silchar, from 2014 onwards. He has been working in this central university for more than 15 years in different capacities as the lecturer, reader, and assistant professor. His fields of specialization lies in Tourism and Heritage Management of Northeast India, Manuscript, Art, Coin and Inscription of Northeast India, Religion and Cultural History of Northeast India. He has been PhD research supervisors for many scholars, and 11 of them have been and at present he has awarded, six have been awarded, 6 MPhil scholars have been awarded under him, and he has held various prestigious previous positions held in Assam University. He has been the head Department of History, Assam University, Silchar from 2013 to 16. He was the Deputy Director, Directorate of Internal Quality Assurance, Assam University, Silchar. He was the Deputy Dean, Deans of Students Welfare, Assam University, Silchar from 2011 to 2016. He was the Chairman of Student Feedback, Assam University, Silchar 2014 to 16. His credit, he has published 8 books, and 14 articles and chapters in books, 24 articles in journals, both national and international. He has presented papers in conferences and seminars, about 20 in international. He delivered lectures in different universities of Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, Australia, Thailand, Myanmar, and Indonesia. So he is a very erudite in the field, and today he will be speaking on the topic pandemic and educational institutions looking to positivity. I would request Honorable Professor Projit Kumar Palit, Professor Department of History, Jadunath Sarkar School of Sciences, Assam University, Silchar, to kindly give away the webinar talk. Professor Palit, I would request you to kindly give away the webinar talk to our viewers on the topic pandemic times and educational institutions looking to positivity. I welcome you, sir, to kindly give away the webinar talk.
Box खराब है এটা বাংলাদেশে জুড়ে হ্যালো
Yes, Professor Projit Kumar Palit, I would request you to kindly give away the webinar address.
Correct. সেই নাইট হয়ে যাবে করছি, অনেক রাত্রি হয়ে যাবে রে।
Professor Palit, can you hear me? Is it audible? Professor Palit, is it audible?
কি সম্ভব তারপর ওটাটা কলকাতায় আছে তো, কলকাতা থেকে হচ্ছে না। আমি স্টার্ট করে দিই নাকি?
Fine, huh? It's already 11 o'clock. Start for. Already 11 baht.
Professor Palit, kindly, if you unmute your microphone, then we can hear you, sir.
উফ, ও মা।
Start for. What a war. Yeah. John.
আমি স্টার্ট করে দিই, এটাই ভালো। ঠিক করে দিই না, আচ্ছা আমি বলি। হ্যালো, হ্যালো।
Yes, so there is some network problems at this end on Professor Palit's side. So we would request our another speaker, Professor Malabendu Jana, Dr. Malabendu Jana, Assistant Professor, Rush University Medical Center, Neurological Science, Chicago, Illinois, USA, to kindly speak on the topic COVID-19 possible strategies to prevent neurodegenerative diseases. In this regard, we would just like to give a brief introduction about Professor Dr. Jana. Dr. Jana is completed his postdoc Medical Center, Kansas City, in molecular genetics and immunology. And from February 2001 to January 2005, he has been postdoc research associate, Department of Oral Biology, University of Nebraska Medical Center, Lincoln, Nebraska. From February 2005 to June 2006, he has been the research associate for section of Neuroscience, Department of Oral Biology, University of Nebraska Medical Center, Lincoln, Nebraska. Then from July 2006 onwards till current date, he has been the Assistant Professor, Division of Neuroscience, Department of Neurological Sciences, Rush University Medical Center, Chicago, Illinois. His current research areas lies in molecular mechanisms involved in different neurodegenerative diseases such as multiple sclerosis, Alzheimer's diseases, Parkinson's disease, and HIV-associated dementia. He has many publications in peer-reviewed journals, and he has also some book chapters. So he's a very renowned scholar, and I would invite Dr. Malabendu Jana to from USA to speak on the topic COVID-19 possible strategies to prevent neurodegenerative diseases. Dr. Malabendu Jana, Assistant Professor, Rush University Medical Center, Neurological Science, Chicago, Illinois State, USA. Dr. Jana, I would request you to kindly give your precious webinar address.
Good morning, everybody. Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Deva Maheshwara, Guru Reva Param Brahma, Tasmai Sri Gurave Namo. Thanks to Guru to invite me to deliver a lecture in this prestigious institute. And also thanks Palit Babu and also other participants. Today, I will discuss about COVID-19 and neurodegenerative diseases. The brain has the unique ability to affect so many things, from movement to emotion to cognitive ability. This brain can transform a person into a monk, a priest, an engineer, and doctor or scientist. Brain has 4 types of cells: microglia, astroglia, oligodendrocyte, and neurons. Before, it was thought that neuron is only the function unit in brain. But recent studies and also our studies, we showed that many papers, we showed that microglia, astroglia, and oligodendrocyte has many play an important role in brain development, also many functions. Suppose oligodendrocyte in brain, oligodendrocyte is the only cell that produces myelin sheath around the action of the neuron. Without myelin sheath, action cannot propagate the impulse in a proper direction. In one oligodendrocyte, this is our all cell, this is our own lab. We make this cell, and also we publish a very good paper to verify cell from same cell or same tissue. Hearing? It is okay? One oligodendrocyte can myelinate about 40 to 50, like a 50 neuron, where a peripheral system, one swan cell can myelinate only one neuron. So in brain case, injury or damage, or if one oligodendrocyte is lost or damaged, then 40 to 50 neuron will be demyelinated. Whereas in case of a peripheral system, that means the other part of the body, the Schwann cell can only one neuron will be demyelinated. So if anything damage in our peripheral system and other parts of the body, one cell easily recover this damage. But so we should careful that our any injury or damage will not happen in our central nervous system. CNS, central nervous system means brain and also spinal cord. So in this case, if you see, so this when this the neurodegenerative disease, that is with it only damage of neuron that causes the Parkinson disease, Alzheimer's disease, Huntington disease, HIV associated dementia. Whereas in neuroinflammatory demyelinating disease, there are multiple sclerosis, X-linked adrenopathy, and neurotrauma, HIV encephalomyelopathy. I will come this related to corona later. So this way, if you know this myelin sheath, different protein, this myelin sheath. So, and another thing, this Schwann cell, they can move, and also Schwann cell has property to phagocytic property. So in peripheral system, Schwann cell can remove the damage, debris or other things. So in this case, if you see this way, myelin sheath is lost, and due to this demyelination happened, and a lot of demyelinating disease occurred. And whereas we know astrocyte, 60% of the brain are astrocyte. These astrocytes play important role in brain microenvironment formation with endothelial cell, and also this astrocyte produces different type of neurotrophic factor, neurotrophin, and growth factor, and also they supply food to a neuron and other cell, and also they balance water, balance homeostasis of water and ion channel formation, and also they detoxification of ammonia. Whereas in microglia, only 3 to 5% microglia in our brain, that microglia activate first, and only microglia in brain, our brain, they have property, phagocytic property. They can remove any debris in our brain. We know that some cell always die in our brain also. So this microglia, they remove the debris. As a part of our life, we experience stress, trauma, injury, and also we come in contact with different toxic molecules. Also, brain is separated in well-defined blood-brain barrier, but brain also experience this type of injury. If brain cell goes to injury or death, they try to survive or go to death. After injury or death, this brain cell, this death brain cell associated with the increase of high production of pro-inflammatory molecule, and high decrease of growth factor, and decreased expression of the decreased survival genes, and increase of death genes, and also overactivation tumor suppressive gene. In case of survival process, just opposite phenomena occur. And this, if survival process is accompanied with high production of growth factors, increase of survival genes, and also mutation of the tumor suppressive gene, these cells may live like as a cancerous cells. But in our everyday life, everybody experience some injury or insult, but everybody does not suffer disease, because healthy person maintain a proper balance in the death and survival process. This way, pathophysiology and physiology. Only in brain, only two cells, oligonucleotide and neuron die, but other two cells are activated, astrocyte and microglia activated, and they produce a pro-inflammatory molecule. We know anything also excess or less is not good. Anything only proper balance is good. So in our brain cell also produce different type of molecule, even such as nitric oxide. Here chemistry department, you know nitric oxide. There are three type of nitric oxide produced in our cell: NOS, ENOS means endothelial product, NOS, and also INOS, inducible oxide. If mouse is knocked out, then it produces less amount of nitric oxide, NOS. Then this mouse is ferocious. These are just like a terrorist. And if it produces balance, medium value, then you will feel good mood. You will remain good mood, and also high amount they create just like Katrina. So if in normal, when our cell is a normal cell, there you see this blood flow in a normal thing, blood brain flow in a proper direction, and blood cannot enter into brain. They are a tight junction. During inflammation or injury, blood can enter to our brain cell, brain, and they activate the astrocyte and microglia, and that time they produce a pro-inflammatory molecule. We know if we look this cell membrane, our cell membrane contain different types of molecule, a receptor molecule. We know that, you know also that virus, bacteria, and other pro-inflammatory molecule or factor, they interact with this receptor. Only virus can enter into cell by infected, but we know that bacteria and other points, they cannot enter into cell. This is called ligand. They interact with this receptor. There are different type of receptor. After the interaction, they activate or phosphorylate this molecule. They are in the cytoplasm. They are different chaperone molecule. They activate other molecule, and this molecule again activate other molecule. This way, just like relay race. They fourth player, they enter the destination position. This way, some molecule enter into nucleus and they carry the signal. And if you think about it as a gene, this upper position, this position gene, according to that DNA, and upper position called promoter. They bind this molecule, this protein or protein molecule binds a specific region of the promoter. And every there are not many signaling pathway in our body, maybe 5 to 8 signaling pathway, but different thousand molecules play important to carry this signal. We are working mainly in signaling. Most of the signaling and immunology that way. If you think this is the major vital of the NF of all the gene protein, this is called NF-kappa B. This we are working that if we this interaction if we suppose this IKK gamma, they interact with IKK alpha, we interact and if we make protein such a make peptide that inhibit this interaction, then this signal will not. If you also used any plant resource, we know that Kosogandha or other or any plant juice or anything or medicine, we try to prevent this pathway. We look which pathway they inhibit this signaling pathway. We know during fever, the interleukin-1 beta production increases. If you see this after this interaction, they produce mRNA, you know, they go to cytoplasm and make protein using machinery, protein machinery. And after this protein, again, you know that all cell not activated at a time. This protein then activate autocrine or paracrine manner other cell. This way whole body will be activated. This NF-kappa pathway discovered one Baltimore and Ranjan Sen, our one Bengali, Bengali guy, but maybe they will get Nobel, but it seems Baltimore got already Nobel, so this is they do not get Nobel this year. But so in this way, we are working. So we scientists discover inhibitor, that is medicine. This is called medicine, and company beta trial to trial, and after that, doctor diagnosis and use this medicine or inhibitor. So in our body, there are about 11 in human body. There are 11 type of toll-like receptor. All toll-like, the bacteria, fungus, all virus, they use this toll-like receptor. And also, in case of virus, all toll-like receptor are attached to it, interact with MYD88, TLR3, and virus use TLR3 and TLR9, and also TLR7. They enter and they activate the cell in a pathway, but other pathway. And in this case, we also use some peptide, TDM peptide. We publish very good JCI and other very high peer-reviewed journal to inhibit the Alzheimer's disease by phenylamylated beta. They are attached with this ligand, act as a ligand, and activate the NF-kappa B pathway. We use this TDM peptide, small peptide. They inhibit the interact. And I will not enter much about virus structure or other thing. You know, this COVID-19, this virus contains a lot of spike protein. This spike protein interact with, there is ACE2 receptor. If you see this spike protein interact with receptor and they activate NF-kappa B pathway, and they activate after this pathway, they increases the different type of pro-inflammatory molecule, mainly interleukin 6, interleukin 1 beta, and TNF alpha, and many chemokine. After, so what happens? This is called cytokine. It is first time this theory came. The cytokine storm happened. They enter into notch, and from this maybe 1-2 days they remaining there. After this, they go to our lungs. Lungs, before this, they found that they informed that maybe lung cell contain high amount ACE2, not true, that medium amount. But after this enter this virus, they activate this ACE2 receptor. The ACE2 receptor present in everywhere, lungs, kidney, liver, and also in brain cell, in nigra, and also astrocyte, everywhere this ACE2 receptor present. So this thing activate immediate activation, and this, you know, this we see new type of virus. So our body cannot recognize at all any adaptive or immunity. So immediate they suppress all T cell, B cell, which and so they B cell, and also macrophage and dendrite cell. They suppress this. So our body cannot prevent this virus protein invade this. And what happens? This how doctors are trying to discover medicine for this, not only vaccine. There are 4 types of vaccine already developed. We do not know how much. I do not go too much about vaccine. They are protein-based vaccine, and they using protein, and also RNA and DNA vaccine, and also inactivated or weakened virus they use, and also vector mediated vaccine. They use this 4 type of vaccine. But in this period, this vaccine, there is confusion. Somebody telling everyday news, 4 months, 5 months, somebody told 8 months. This way, this vaccine is stable. With this vaccine, they develop antibody in our body. So we do not know how much this will work. That is good. Everybody will depends on vaccine. But we need to, scientists need to discover other way that any medicine type. So in this case, they showed that there's interleukin 6, TNF alpha, and interleukin 1 beta increases too much. So they try to already this type of medicine, each of this receptor inhibition or their interaction, they are already in market, their medicine present. So they are applying synergies to other medicine. So this way, doctor are they are progressing this using this medicine. And another. So this theory, first time this theory, this is called cytokine storm. It is this cytokine storm remaining systemic cytokine storm. That means it is continually produced in different type of cell and also damage our cell. So that time there is a blood clot in different places. Blood clot is happening, and also small cell they are also blood clot. And so that is in lungs, heart, and everywhere this blood clot is happening. And what after that, another theory came. This is cytokine storm theory, and recently they showed that angiotensin system affected this due to this virus infection. What happens? This radiant here AC2 receptor increases too much, and also they suppress the ACU downregulation and AC inhibition. This meant this the AC receptor. There is two receptor, ACT receptor and AC receptor. ACU2 receptor, ACT receptor. This virus interact with the ACT receptor, virus protein. Whereas AC maintains this bradykinin and angiotensin renin signaling pathway. So when they are also increasing bradykinin level, and this is this normal, when this normal blood vessel, there is normal blood vessel, but after infection of this virus, there are high increase of bradykinin, also angiotensin 1 to 9, and also other ACT receptor. This bradykinin expand the blood vessel and then create leaky in everywhere. Not only in our peripheral system, they also leaky our blood-brain barrier in central nervous system. So this blood enter into anywhere, and also due to this when blood-brain barrier leakage, then from our peripheral system, all T cell, B cell activated, B cell, T cell, they also enter into our brain. You know that this brain and also testes and all, and also eye, this is called immune privileged cell. They are generally no immune cell can easily enter into this three position, and they create this eradication of this immune cell. It is very difficult, any pathogen or other things. And what happens? And it affects different. If you see this bradykinin theory, this bradykinin system, this bradykinin storm, they in brain, they encephalopathy. This is a dizziness and have and headache, and also cognitive impairment, ischemia, and also this also and heart attack. In the leakage everywhere in brain. And also new theory, they are another theory, they are troponin, another protein, they increases the troponin in heart. So due to this combination of this leakage and other thing, bradykinin, easily people after I heard, I also you also so that I read the news, lot of people after recover, they suddenly goes to death. This is due to corona infection. And another thing, this they also this during infection they increases high amount of hyaluronic acid. 1 gram hyaluronic acid, chemistry students, you know hyaluronic acid. This hyaluronic acid, they can absorb 1 liter of water or 1 liter of water or blood. That time leaky, due to leaky there is blood also. So they form jelly type of in our lungs. So who goes to ventilate? They using ventilator among this disease person that they suffer among 1 in 5% they died. Why? Just like if you pour water in balloon, if you saw how that there will be a jelly type this way formation. So when you use ventilator, this from ventilator oxygen cannot enter into alveolar. And also you know that our body, this body blood collect all carbon dioxide, and this carbon dioxide cannot comes out from these lungs. So due to this, a lot of people dying in ventilator ventilation. among 5 people died, that one people died due to this cause. And you know that they are ladies suffer less compared to men. Why? These ladies during menstruation period 13 to 50 to 60 years, during this period, their estrogen level high. Estrogen means chemistry student, you know that they are 17 beta estradiol. This 17 beta or estradiol also modulate the bradykinin pathway, and also estrogen or they have anti-inflammatory properties. I told before that they have cytokine storm. They both pathway, they regulate their both pathway, bradykinin pathway, they suppress, and also anti-inflammatory, and also 17 beta estradiol produces antiviral protein that is called one type of cytokine, interleukin beta. So that and also estradiol, estradiol also produces enos. That enos expand the relaxation of our blood vessel, so easily blood can flow. So that these because that doctor also trying to find out that modulate estrogen receptor modulate, they can prevent also this disease. That is all are hypothetical. They are trying in different way combination. I am telling that way the how they prevent this disease this way. And another thing, generally, you know, they are ladies suffer less respiratory problem compared to men, and also they suffer more autoimmune disease. Ladies suffer more autoimmune compared to men. So another thing happened. We know that that we are thinking that it is reported that the very few child are suffer this disease, death suffering, but their death is very less, very less. But we should aware of this disease. You know that when they suffer after this, we know that in synaptic, in our synapse, in fact, a neuron, there is in dendrite, they are synaptic nerve. So scientists are, this is all not any paper comes out, the good paper, any research paper not come, all most of the paper, they found that this, they hypothetically, they told that this knob will be affected, and this knob is important for বাবা কি হয়ে গেল দেখো এরা
চলে গেল উনি কোথায় চলে গেল
এটা লাস্টে চলে গেছে এটা they found that they suspect that after when this scientific pruning will be hampered due to this infection of the virus, maybe in adult period, this child in adult period, their memory will be less compared to normal child. So we should careful about these things so that they do not infected this virus. And we also published one paper in our my friend in India. We have one review paper that curcumin, you know that curcumin and also combination of zinc, that curcumin prevent virus interaction with receptor ACE2 receptor, and also zinc. It is already a lot of people are eating zinc tablet. So this zinc also prevented in viral development in different stage, replication, transcription, and different stage. We see this thing. They are you know, virus enter into our cell and they use our host body and then produces host machinery. They produces virus new virus a huge amount. This virus is RNA virus. So it is very difficult to control this virus. You know, the HIV, they incorporate in our DNA and remaining in the latent stage, and other when in future they again comes out and that produce this HIV virus. So in this case, we do not know anything about it. Maybe future what will happen, but curcumin and zinc, they prevent this, maybe they will be prevent this virus particle, virus infection. And also it is surprising that within 1 month this paper published, we saw that one American company, they call me and they make a food supplement. This is the beauty of the America. They make anything they convert it to medicine. But India, they do not believe. I know that our lot of friends in corporate level, also in company, my friend, our company or government, they do not try to any trial. That our scientists discover many things and they make patent, but it is tragedy that our company, our Indian company, they all buy formula from America. Most of the medicine in American, 80% medicine in America and some in Europe. So they do not try to trial this medicine. This is the tragedy in our country. And also we need to, I told that we need to signaling path, we need to look, say, told that, oh, what happened? Ashwagandha working, Ashwagandha suppress this, Corolla this way. It is not true. You need to prove that which signaling pathway they interact with the body and prevent the disease. That is the important thing. So Chinese people, that we know that Chinese, they make, they are 90% Ayurvedic medicine they are selling in whole world. Chinese, our single medicine, Ayurvedic medicine not selling in any country. So that is due to the cause, this one of the cause. And I recently, yesterday I saw, I read all paper that what new medicine comes, that I saw that they make, I told you that this bradykinin pathway, we also recommended here that if we curcumin and also zinc, that quercetin and other synergistic if we use, this prevent disease process. We saw that one group of doctor, they use bradykinin pathway, this kinin pathway, the vitamin D also, and they also estradiol preventing one medicine, they take a medicine, and also estradiol, they use directly estradiol, and also they use this way, they also make one medicine, they apply patients. So they saw that they are prevent disease, but you know that through conclusion, we need to, a lot of people you need to test, so this way, a lot of medicine is coming out. So we do not know who will be helpful in future. The data, very less data paper is coming out. It will take time, maybe 1 year later we will get all the information. And what I am discussing, or before I told that this, due to this demyelination, there are one disease, and this in case of corona, we also saw that this type of disease, encephalopathy, is happening. So we are working in multiple sclerosis long time, and also Alzheimer, Parkinson, all neurodegenerative disease. In multiple sclerosis, what happens in this case also, in the corona case also, this virus not only goes to from lungs to brain, they are entered into our gut. Gut means intestine. They are from this intestine, they destroy the permeability of the gut, and they directly vagus nerve, they goes to the brain, and this olfactory nerve, you know, their smell in this due to this infection, we lost our taste or smell due to this. This goes to directly from the gut, not from the lungs. Before lungs infection, they are going from this. The doctor make a lot of information coming. So this is careful, and also they causes dementia, and the people, you know, a lot of I saw a lot of news also Anandabazar, they also give that some people not recognize water bottle, like a different water bottle and phone, and also a lot of people forget to walk, and also psychiatric disease, lot of information in Europe, about 6.4%, maybe more people are suffering in neuro. This is the main after corona infection. They are suffering 36.4, maybe 40% people are suffering in neurodegenerative disease, and also who are suffering Alzheimer, or maybe they are disease will be increased, or maybe they are new due to this cause infection, maybe other person who are aged, maybe 40, 50, they are infected, they are also develop this disease, multiple sclerosis, Alzheimer's, Parkinson. We do not get their data is not much. They think that maybe this increases, and also some hallucinations. And if you saw that they are looking, they are saw that they are in home, they are saw that elephant or a lion is moving in their home, and also they forget to wear this cloth, same cloth they are wearing many times, and also many psychiatric disease and trace and this thing happening. I am in India. We know that there are only 3-4 institutions for this neuro disease. So I not only this time, when I went to India, I give a lot of lecture about this neuro disease in our country. About neuro disease, there are no awareness about neurodegenerative disease, and also there are few doctor in India. Only I discussed with one famous scientist in UFC. He told me in Malu, every year he visited in India, and he told me that Malu, there are only few doctor, maybe 700 neurological doctors. So I saw in my village and other person, doctor gives, they have suffering in Parkinson. They told that it is liver disease, and that way this can also one they are suffering Parkinson disease. They giving spondylitis medicine, and they I know my one student mother, he's suffering now paralysis. This thing happening, and also very few diagnosis center in our country. We do not. If I do not come here and join this field, I do not know about this multiple sclerosis. I heard that this Muhammad Ali suffering Parkinson, but that way. But my auntie also suffered that time. I do not know that is the case. I think you also not much aware of this disease. And also when I talk in university college, a lot of university college, I talk about neurodegenerative and also motivational talk every year when I went to India. And that time they told, oh, my father, in Bengali, they called Budor Bhimrati. They do not. They deny that, oh, father, mother, they are already aged. They will forget, they will be memory loss. It is not disease. I am come to this disease and how this affected corona disease, affected specifically this multiple sclerosis, Alzheimer's, maybe they increases, and also this Parkinson disease. Parkinson disease. In multiple sclerosis, it is a tragic disease. Only 30 when menstruation started, that time ladies 1:3 ratio, man to woman, they suffer this disease. And when first time they suffer maybe 2-3 years duration, and when disease increases, within 5 months, 6 months, they suffer this disease. And mainly the etiology of this disease is not known. Maybe environmental factor, maybe other genetic factor play important role in this disease. Generally, Scandinavian people suffer this disease. I also meet in India some ladies, they are suffering also, but few because people thought that they think that vitamin in our country, we are living in tropical country, so this vitamin D play important role in this disease. There are 3 types of disease, and when the disease increases, nobody marries them, and this myelin sheath loss. You saw this, they are using and that is pathetic, and that nobody marries them. This is a burden of the society that way. And this is, we use different type of FDA approved drug. Also, I do not go too much in research. We found that Gem5 is a cholesterol drug, cholesterol reducing drug, FDA approved. We saw that this disease is suppressed by this, and also inflammation of this. When we NBD peptide we use, and they you saw that blood-brain barrier rupture and entered into cell. And when we use this NBD peptide, we can suppress this we prevent this entering of this immune cell from our peripheral system. Also, we staining, a lot of staining, and we also using before I discussed that myelin sheath loss, not only this disease and common disease, and also this multiple sclerosis, and also recent this coronavirus. they loses myelin sheath, that is we use a gem, that's gem increases this myelin protein, and they restore this process, and we showing that different way protein RNA, and also by immunostaining different cell, oligonucleotide cell, and also we strategy, nowadays it is very important to stem cell. The stem cell can transform into any cell, and pluripotent stem cell, any cell. So we also trying to transform this stem cell, the human stem cell. This is all human. Before we work into human brain, fought by child, aborted child, so we transform into oligonucleotide into stem cell. So we can, and also we produces this PLP MOC and other myelin protein. And this way we also take aspirin. You saw that news. If you read, I think everybody now aware who are eating aspirin, they are suffering less in coronavirus. We first time we showed that for aspirin not only effect in heart disease, also it prevent Alzheimer, Parkinson, neuro disease. And also we are mainly showing different which pathway they are doing these things in our lab. We published a good paper, a lot of good paper on the basis of this. And I do not go to and Alzheimer disease. In case of Alzheimer, I did before Alzheimer disease, what happens? This amyloid plaque formation, and also there are a neurofibrillary triangle production, and that causes neuronal loss in our brain. So we lost our memory, and also we forget everything. If you see this memory loss, language problems, mood, and if you see in our father, mother who are aged 40 to 40, after about 40, they're suffering this type of disease. You saw a lot of people in our country. I saw that in news there are 70 lakh who care about our village area. Nobody can survey in our village area. I think it is more. And I told that nobody believe that this is disease. We can now, I think before time nowadays, that increase this awareness increases. And this case of memory loss and other behavioral capability there. And also in this case, if you see this thing happen, normal brain, if you see this normal brain and Alzheimer brain, this thing happen. And also on severe case, you see, from outside, you cannot recognize these things. This your brain volume will shrinkage if you see these things, this Alzheimer disease. So in this case also, in corona case, there is probability of this Alzheimer increases, and they saw that in some report they found that who are suffering Alzheimer, Parkinson, there's controversy. Maybe after 1 year we will get a proper description. So they are more in Italy or other places. They are died more Alzheimer patient and Parkinson patient are died. And we used a different, first time we saw that trimeric amyloid beta TLR2 pathway. I already told that the different peptide we used, and we showed these things. And maybe in corona, I do not discuss these things. Maybe this type of medicine, we discovered, we are doing all translational or medicine work. So it is already approved, a lot of people approved, FDA approved, so are using aspirin, all are Gem 5 all approved. Maybe in corona, after corona, who are suffering this neuro disease, they can use this type of drug in after the doctor recommendation, of course. And we also saw that this memory, all other they increases, and their movement other increases with different type of experiment we have done. I do not go to much about. And this way, this paper already very good paper accepted, and they are we and also other aspirin work, we make a different type of work with that the structural work and other thing, and we and I may come to here. Our Indian product cinnamon, this is called daruchini. In ancient period, daruchini, I will discuss here much more. Daruchini, when we come to here, we started this that time this daruchini value is cost is $10 per kilo. But after our discovery, this cinnamon cinnamon value is now about $50 per kilo, but now it is more. I recent studies after Corona, it is increased maybe $100 pound. This, if you see this, only this cinnamon, whole cinnamon work far better. If our lab, we publish lot of paper on the basis of cinnamon. We also publish this byproduct cinnamyaldehyde and cinnamic acid chemistry with a note benzoate, sodium benzoate, everything. But original cinnamon effect is comparatively good compared to their byproduct. So you see this before. In fact, we used our ancient people, Mysore and India, mostly India, they used for this control of diabetes and also arthritis. When I pick and Indian cinnamon and cinnamon and Sri Lankan cinnamon, this is far better because this cinnamon does not contain any toxic product, coumarin, but other Chinese, you avoid Chinese and other product. And also our Ayush recommended this cinnamon. If you look these things, cinnamon has all good application. They increases myelin protein, that myelin formation, and also they have anti-inflammatory property. They also increases T-regulatory cell, which is my memory cell, and also they decreases other bad effect. I do not discuss much about this, and also CNS and both peripheral system. So cinnamon has very good effect every year. This is the first time we showed that this cinnamon increases memory and other thing, and also neuronal loss. They decrease neuronal loss, suppress neuronal loss, and also we showed their signaling pathway, which pathway they increases. So we need to, if we market our product, Indian all Ayurvedic product, we need to show these things. And I saw that I went and discussed. Lot of people, they are alkaloid, but when vitamin C, if you eat vitamin C tablet, they have not much effect. It is already shown by Scandinavian country, this Sweden and other. When if you take vitamin C from your fruit, the original fruit, you get more, but we don't know how this vitamin C remaining in fruit structural. But when vitamin C only tablet we make, then chemically we do not know their structure, so they are not effective much. This way, all vitamin we should take from our original or the food supplement or vegetable or other from other sources, not from tablet. And we thought that the different type of work, and I do not go to these things. And in case of Parkinson disease, there's a small area, this Niagara, they are neuronal loss. This coronavirus, case of coronavirus, this is affected much more. Parkinson, that morbidity also, they told that morbidity also high in case of Parkinson due to corona. And we know that Muhammad Ali suffered in our childhood. We know that Muhammad Ali suffering in Parkinson. And in our country, now I meet a lot of people in our country, they are suffering this Parkinson, Alzheimer, or any neurodegenerative. I came from a very interior village area. I know in my childhood, they still now, they are spreading a pesticide in evening, and the same vegetable they are selling in morning. So we are consume lot of pesticide in our body. So this type of disease increases nowadays. This type of disease before maybe we do not look, or maybe this type before we do not use much. Like lot of pesticides are banned in other country, European country, but we are using in our India. That is the cause. A lot of people are now suffering in their brain neuro disease. And so we also using, potol, purple and other things, everything, cucumber, everything inject also this different type of color and other things. So that is, that causes this type of neuronal loss. And we are motor deficit, this coronavirus, a lot of people not also work also. They forget everything. So We are aware of this. I think if we eat good food, then we prevent this type of disease. And you saw that neuronal, just here, small area, they are neuronal loss. It is called neurodegenerative. They cannot walk, they can fall down. I meet, this is really pathetic. In our village, near to our village, one person also suicide. I meet with a lot of patient also every time. So if they are aware of this disease, there is no medicine, only dopamine. Dopamine, they increase in the future, they all 5-6 years, and then this can see. So, and this Pope and also this Fox, he is a Michael Fox, he is a actor, famous actor, he also suffering this disease. So, and also we are working other, it is India also by of lysosomal storage disorder in India, about affected children from a single diagnostic facility. And also we are suffering a lot of migraine and neuropathy. The neuropathy we do not know about much. Neuropathy, I have all types suffering within 5 days. Our friends and also epilepsy, our friends in India, in West Bengal, Maharaj knows this thing. I informed him, our friends, they discovered some Ayurvedic medicine. They are working very well in neuronal disease. I am surprised that I also discussed here some scientists, they told that we need to go this way in plant. And we are spending billion Europe, America. We also know all medicine failed in this case in Alzheimer, Parkinson, medicine, all failed, human trial. So still no medicine is there. Only dopamine they use, but dopamine is not medicine. Since people, why they will be bedridden, so using this. So this is case, so we will aware of this migraine, their migraine, I also use their medicine, some medicine, that migraine 15 days they completely recover migraine, and neuropathy within 10 days my neuropathy gone. But when diabetes people, about 70% diabetes people, they suffer neuropathy, we have not aware at all this neuropathy disease. When old age or they our leg or also who are suffering in diabetes, they are neuron slowly they are neuron loss, and also 5%, 5% diabetic patients, they are leg will be cut from ampulation, that is called anything cut, they cut of that leg 5%. So they are this we aware these things, and due to this corona we suffered stress. We feel stress, we are remaining in home, unemployment, and also take a different, long time we remaining home. A lot of people suffering in stress, and as a stress, we make this many diseases appear. And my son wrote up this poem in 10 years, he is old, 10, 11 years, but he wrote many poems, about 1,000 poems in this age, 13, 12 years, and he became, I taken his poems, due to stress, people goes to loneliness and depression, as it anxiety, and as it goes to they are going to suicide. This way, this due to stress in this corona period, lot of the so and stress causes permeability in our gut. I will go to that way. Also, so meditation. Here lot of school, college, in everywhere meditation center, and also in our institute one room. They are at meditation room. So we forget our meditation. We laughing in Chicago or anywhere in America, every corner they are in meditation center and yoga center. And they found that if people do meditate, they prevent lot of disease also, and also not disease. They began in school children. Here school children before in America, psychological. Every school has psychology teacher, and psychology here very important in this country. And but when they meditate, compared to psychological suggestion, they are recovered as early. So we need to focus in this way. And also NIH here, they put a lot of money in research in meditation, and also Harvard, MIT. They showed that they call also a lot of Buddhists. Buddha told that you know the coach. So they coming, one paper they published. I saw a lot of paper they publishing nowadays. We know they due to meditation, they increase your brain power. I also always do meditation. So also you can concentrate your mind. Student can concentrate their mind, and also you are studying in Ramkrishna Mission, know everything. I think Maharaj, they teach you, and lot of paper coming out. They are good research in NIH, put lot of money in meditation field, and also meditation and so and also they told that this when we taken breath, respiratory, this is respiratory disease, so syndrome, so if you see in New York and our places also, a lot of doctor telling you take high deep breath. That is pranayam. It is our culture, Indian culture, but we forget these things. Just pranayam, and we can also yoga. Improve our, you can prevent disease process. So in this respect, I congratulate to Ramdev. He all common people, he distributed all these things. So also it is present a long time, but we do not follow these things. This is the case. And another thing, each food value. This is my last thing, that food nowadays, this in microbiome, intestine, there are lot of good bacteria, fungus and virus, and also bad bacteria. If you eat antibiotics, then you are lose all good and bad, both bacteria. Now it is a good field in research. The very important field in America within 2013 to 2020, about 1 lakh paper published. Every day good paper is publishing. This now we are showing, our not lab, lot of big lab, they are showing that from gut, if you eat good food, not Western diet, if you good food, you avoid Western diet, you improve your good bacteria or virus, microbiome or microbiota, they are directly interact with our brain. So the Vegasnath, they direct, if this, bad bacteria produces, Baba, it is running low, battery. And they produce a lot of good bacteria. Recent studies show that one bacteria produces some protein that is responsible for the heart disease. And also from this Vegasnath, they enter into our brain, and they produces Parkinson, Alzheimer. They prove in different way. I cannot discuss that way. And also all good bacteria. If you so we need to take, so our nutrition control our government or our politician. If you see this poem recently, it comes out that fat is long time before 7 lab, they research that fat is good, but sugar is bad. But sugar lobby, they put money, they give bribe them, and also maybe government, they change this manuscript and they showed that sugar is good and fat is bad. So these all people, American people, they eat about 30 types of sugar, and as a result, there are a lot of obese and diabetes, and this way of world. So my son immediately wrote this poem, this nutrition. So we need to eat our own product and not Western diet. And also, soybean and mushroom, they produce 1 kilo soybean equal to 2 kilo meat. And mushroom also contains a lot of vitamin D. But our people do not eat at all this mushroom. I avoid the mushroom. We eat a very costly mushroom. We eat every day mushroom. And love, I showed this here. Every disease you can prevent if you eat proper food. So I think Maharaj or other people, they eat lot of good food, vegetable and fresh food. So they maintain their lifestyle and they make a long life and they make a live long time. So, this is one field we cannot discuss much about. And if you see this got dysbiosis, and also due to this like a trace or strain or this bad food, our dysbiosis has happened as a permeability hamper. They also enter the LPS, the bacterial LPS product. They enter directly into blood, or they take a vagus nerve. They go to the brain, also other parts. So they causes a lot of disease. I can make all neuro disease here. Also, you see a lot of neuro disease they happen. I make multiple Parkinson, Alzheimer, everything they causes, and also make a multiple. So I discuss which I do not much discuss about. And this is the our university medical center, and we. This is Chicago, where Vivekananda gave a lecture in this here, this hall, still remaining in this hall here, and we visited there. This is very good place, and where also take a very close Ramkrishna Mission. Also, they take outside of a city. They make here about 250 building or above a 50 floor. So very good, and also here other side this Michigan Lake. This is just like a sea, and it is my wife. She is also scientist, and my son, and one of my wife brothers. He discovered new element, hardest element, Q carbon or Q diamond. It is a new element completely. Within 6 months research, he discovered these things. I helped to come here. A lot of I helping. I told this is called he got big job, and also maybe his boss will get Nobel for this. This is hardest metals in this world. Maybe other worlds this metals is present. This is Q diamond. They are trying to making a bigger one, and this is important thing in our life. I think important thing is not important how long you live, how you serve the society. That is the important. We need to strong determination and self-confidence. Just like Nochiketa, we can do anything. Vivekananda Shankaracharya proved these things. Like age is not important. How long you live. So my son wrote meaning of life to all the life on earth, all standing with a breath, all with a life, all with a soul, all with a purpose. Make the world a better place through innovation, through inspiration, through invention until our last breath. So I am this is my last speech, and I am telling that if I know that you know how to come America. I help a lot of people. I motivate you to when I give motivational talk in India, deliver motivational talk. That time I help a lot of talk in university college. If you need any help, I will suggest how to come here, how to read, and that way. My friend also Karthik, Missouri State University, he also helped. He every year he visited and talked about this GRE TOEFL. It is very easy, but our student, West Bengal student, they are afraid opening the English book. That is nothing. Just 1 month. Even Chinese student, they open book, just memorize to Chinese and memorize. My about 8 family member is here. I do not if you live anywhere, you can help your society in India society. I think so. I am helping other way also. So if you need help, you can take contact with me. And I know you have GRE TOEFL other book. I Ramkrishna Mission. They are I know. But if you have a suggestion, if you need any suggestion, I can help you. I think if your dream is high and with strong determination, you can make anything. You can change your life. So I came from a very interior village area. So I have dream in my life. So very poor family. I have no money also to eat also. But I always dream to do something. So what I have done, I do not know. But it is okay. Thank you. Okay. If you have any question, you can ask me.
Yes, thank you, Dr. Jana, for your beautiful talk on the topic of today. And so I would now.
Hello.
Now it is open to the participants. If you have any questions, you can ask, sir. Dr. Jana is there. If you have any queries, you can ask.
Hello, sir.
Yes,
Yeah.
you can.
Yes, sir. Recently, in a study, it was found that during the vaccination trial, severe neurological conditions are getting developed in those volunteers who are taking these vaccines. So, what are the probably the cause?
Again, tell me again. Fast. Yeah, this.
In the recent study, during the vaccination of the Oxford AstraZeneca vaccine or the Sputnik vaccine, it was found that many of the volunteers are developing certain neurological complications. So
I
what
know
are
this
such
this thing. I
complications?
know. I saw this news. This is my. I discussed that myelin sheath loss. I saw that Oxford vaccine. They are 1%. They told that 1%. They are myelin sheath loss. That encephalopathy. They called these things. That thing happened. Maybe we do not know. I recent news yesterday.
Okay.
Saw paper that we do not know anything because if it is we try to develop vaccine very fast that so to save a life of people. This is generally this vaccine development of vaccine take long time. So they are to prevent this morbidity. Say they are taking this vaccine, but they are. I think they are hiding, or I do not hear that they are hiding, or but there are some complications. There are headache and migraine. If you yesterday news, I saw there are a lot of headache, vomiting, and I do not fear people, so I do not tell that thing. We do not know anything about. If you take
Okay.
vaccine, it will take maybe 6 months, 8 months. Nobody knows this vaccine how long stable. Yesterday, just 2 days news, there's some vaccine, some big company vaccine, only 4 months stable. And also, who are suffering this disease, coronavirus, they are also their antibody. They form antibody in our body after infection. This antibody also they are telling that only 5-6 months stable. So this is natural antibody in our body. Our vaccine, it is not a natural. They also natural, but automatic after infection, which antibody develop, that also we do not know how long stable. So some people again they infected this virus, they develop disease. So all are not much paper coming out. That is the problem. Maybe another you wait 5-6 months after this taking vaccine, then you will conclude about these things. But maybe there's.
Okay.
I saw that I read, but I do not tell here. People will be afraid. So that. But to survive these things, we need to take vaccine. I also diabetes 25 years. So I am thinking I will take. They will start in 11, this 10, their meeting in America. And the Moderna vaccine, they will start in December. They start first, make a doctor and nurse and others. Then we will get, maybe we are also working in hospital. So maybe we'll get third phase or end of this month. And also 20, they will start modern another AstraZeneca vaccine also after meeting. So,
Okay.
but যেমন Sputnik vaccine and Chinese vaccine, nobody knows what will happen. They not properly. America this way, America is more better, far better. This medicine they do not. Both they are head to the president. You know, Fusi. If you saw Fusi meeting, he is a advisor. He never go his head to the president. If vaccine is perfect, then they will go to human trial or a human. So that is the case. I do not know other. Maybe European vaccine also good. They are also believing much about this Medicare. So this is the cause. So
Okay.
Sir, one question is there from Tamunas. They Jadunath, he has given in the chat box. Sir, his question is, can we use any transgenic animal for the clinical testing of the vaccine currently discovered, or it has to be applied only on human beings?
They are already, I think, people at first without people. We are also working. Some our paper will comes out with different strategy we take. Two paper we worked a protein. So that is not vaccine. We have due to we do not work in virus. So virus protein we work. This is the cause. People, maybe scientists do not get time, but they use, I think, by mouse or like only few lab working in India. Only India will see this. America also, they are fear of this vaccine. Any this virus, anytime they can spread out. So in whole America, only few labs working this thing. Our paper we sent to Nature Science, but due to this, since we do not work, we saw that we saw mechanism. You will get within few days, maybe 1 week, you will get this paper. So there we showed mechanism, but with lack of vaccine, virus, we do not take a big paper not accepted. Everybody first started into mice, then rat, then monkey, then human. I think in this case they used in mice first time. Mice means small type of rat, very small. So that way they progress. Every lab they do these things. But in this thing, in this case, people are hurry, scientists are hurry, also politicians are hurry. So people are dying. In America, we are very afraid. In our Chicago and per day in America now 3,000 people died. And 2 lakh people are infected every day. This will be increased because a lot of American people, they do not obey their rule also. They do not wear masks. That is the case. Their president, not a big event, now Biden, he announced already that everybody need to wear masks. So that is the cause. We are very afraid our lab is open always. So we are very afraid. So testing started from mice always. Hello.
Hello, sir. Sir, what is the cause for which the neuron gets affected in case of Parkinson disease?
Parkinson, in case of here, or you are telling only coronavirus, or you are telling virus affected brain disease, and also neuroinflammation plays important role. In brain, I forgot indicate time, their time. So in this case also corona or other case also, when corona.
In general case.
Huh?
In general case, what is the reason for which the neuron gets affected for Parkinson disease?
So that is a lot of big information. One at genetic, and the inflammation also play an important role. In we have a lot of paper, good paper, PNS and other big paper. Also other lab lot of working on going on. But still no medicine. We saw that this cinnamon and other working very well. Aspirin also working very well. This already approved drug. The cinnamon it is food supplement, so you can improve maybe. So I saw my friend take medicine also working because inflammation. This is due to inflammation. They cause increases NF-kappa activation and then produces a lot of cytokine. They affect the neuron. Neuron myelin also lost, and also directly neuron also lost, apoptosis neuron. So this is a tangle, this is neurotangle and other thing this is happening. They make a diagram. This is a very small region, that control whole our body motor neuron. Very just like one dull kaju dull that way. That diagram, if you see this paper and that way. So this neuron control whole our motor neuron. This control whole our body movement. So that affected. So the pesticide, now India, I already indicated that a lot of pesticide we are using. Lot of banned pesticide. In cucumber, came from very village area. I also cultivate one times because my family that time very poor due to flood and other things. So this pesticide, mainly pesticide and fish also, you are going to market. I investigate one thing. I am telling this is really You are going to market, you are educated, and going to market, they are showing that cutting piece. Oh, their blood is coming out. How is it possible? When anything die, blood will be clot. Blood will be clot. But we are confused that time. Oh, this piece is very, this they used certain some type of tablet in night. I do not indicate which place. When it comes to fish from Madhya Pradesh, Andhra Pradesh, they immediate result put in then they give this medicine, some chemicals. That way, everywhere in India, everywhere this different type of chemicals they are using. Recent. They here in America also, we are eating. I have diabetes, so we are eating metformin. They use the company. Suddenly the company used a carcinogen. In America, that is important. They investigate these things. They immediately stop all medicine. That time we are afraid that we will not get medicine, metformin. But it is India, lot of fake company also producing medicine, and they are what they are introduced this include this medicine. You do not know our system. I like India. I all helping a lot of things. That is okay, but that is our mentality. We have to change. We have how to get money. That is the main problem. Hello.
Yes, sir. Sir, as you told that pesticides can also cause Parkinson disease. So, sir,
pesticide.
the farmers,
Pesticide one main thing. They are MPP, other model. They are, if you see this paper, lot of model, MPP plus model, MPPT model. They are remaining in pesticide. They develop in mouse this way, this model. Parkinson model in mouse.
the farmers should be at high risk to this disease.
Oh, one thing. I came from village area. I told you my friend, some friend, they developed some Ayurvedic medicine that is working very well. In our village area, when I went to India, I always next day I visited whole my village. You do not mind anything. I do not praise himself. I never. I help all. So I saw that one guy. He's standing. He's a trimmer. Trimmer means company. I asked him that what happens to you? You are suffering in Parkinson. He does not know. I indicate that thing. So he went to doctor. He told that my doctor told me that it is my liver disease and thurthure. But thurthure means tumor, English tumor. So that the doctor also not the diagnostic. I indicate first time when I started my talk that in India, whole India, only few NBRC started 1999 and other institute 2 institute only in India, and only in 1.4 billion people, only 700 doctor, neurological doctor. You imagine? So there are no diagnostic center. One big scientist about Nobel laureate type scientist, I do not tell his name. This is Sangram Sisodia, UFC. He's a scientist. I discuss about these things. He told me that we have no awareness. Also, we have no diagnostic center, no doctor. So who are spreading this pesticide? I saw in our village. Generally, our village, high educated village, Minnapur. So people who are job now, they service, they do not do much. Who spread this pesticide? Only 3. That 3 now suffering this Parkinson. Imagine all 3. I know in my near to my village, neighbor to make they are my neighbor. So they are suffering only. They now all most of the land they cultivate. So they spray this pesticide. So they are suffering. All 3 I saw. I meet with them. They do not know. They do not know this is Parkinson. If you look if you see that they cannot write properly, and it is the fact that they cannot count money, and they also, I know, very highly educated. I do not indicate name. Our friend giving medicine, lot of medicine. They are some people completely recovered. They are no medicine. Luckily, they got this type of medicine, all neuro disease, neuropathy, 5 days. I eat also, I gave some my medicine in America also, within 15 days, completely gone. Genetic migraine. So I saw that I meet with them. I also advise them how to they proceed. So I know a lot of I meet, they are calling me also how to, since I am a neurologist, I also contact a lot of people. So I discuss with these things that people, they give me phone, and I also how they feel, how they after eating this medicine, and also there is no medicine in neuro field still now. Migraine, only painkiller. And epilepsy, migraine cause is not known. Neuropathy, people do not know. See, say, 1 year before, I feel that something enter my leg. I looking that where this nothing there. We are always wear shoe, but this is called neuropathy. We do not, and also trace. Some student, they go to me midweek drops class also by Kolakat biotechnology student. He biotechnology engineering student. Me too also Ranchi, but within 7 days he trace gone, and he told my friend that you are God. How we that way, that is luckily our Ayurvedic, that is working very well. I believe now Ayurveda. Completely, I believe in Ayurveda. Any plant have medicine. Charak Sutra. I know many things in history. I do not discuss here. They told Jibok. Jibok. That you find out any tree that has no plant medicinal value. So he saw, this story. So every plant has, I believe now that every plant has how to use only one plant, not one. And this is the problem, our mentality. British change our mentality, the brainwash. So in Kerala, they destroyed about 1,200 manuscripts. If you go to my friend in Germany, and a lot of friends there, told that in German, why they teach learn Sanskrit. Highest amount of Sanskrit they learn in not India, because they have left lot of Ayurvedic book. And also, this cloth, British cut our, in my side village, neighbor village, they cut this thumb due to this cause. Discover, I am discussing that this calculus, we discovered this calculus, Kerala, 1200. And Leibniz and Newton, they are fighting with each other. We discover. It is already known, now recognized that calculus discovered at first. They are, it is indigenous. Always, Western country do these things, always. And another thing, that Western food, now MO and they are selling, they are taking a lot of money. If you eat proper food, not like a red meat and other, you can prevent a lot of disease. I told the microbiome, it is 1 to 2 hour stock. Lot of people talk that will be 2 hour stock or 3 hour talk. So this is now a very promising field, this microbiome. So all these we can prevent a diet. They can make a Western food. They have no fiber, nothing. They are, I know my friends, some friends, they are using now 30,000 their salary. They are spending 10,000, 15,000 for this. How they survive, I do not know. They just like TV and other things, they are showing that your site in your land, you can cultivate, you can make that way, organic way and that way. So you can prevent a lot of disease, every disease. And also, also the nuclear family, it is very bad. Recent study shows that if you 5 mouse stay along, their myelin sheath will be thicker, And if you put these mice in separately 5 cage, then their myelin is thinner. That means a lot of neurodiseases will come in future, and child will be less memory also, other things also. And nowadays also myelin sheath also involved, related with also Alzheimer, Parkinson, any disease. So this case virus, somebody asked me that that's neuropathy that is happening, encephalopathy, that myelin sheath lost, just like MS. So this thing happening after vaccine, they're taking vaccine. And vaccine also a lot of side effect. We do not know. Maybe they will improve, slowly they improve. You do not know. Maybe they with stable vaccine will come. The first time they are approving. So maybe we take
one last question.
Yes, Ambarish, please wait. It's already quite late for sir because we will not understand. The time at sir's end is approximately more than 12:30 in the night. Okay, I think so. So I think we
Okay,
will thank sir for his wonderful talk and his interaction. And sir, if you permit, we will give your email ID to interested students. If they have any questions, they will write to you in mail. Sir?
mjana90@hotmail.com. mjana90@hotmail.com.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Thank you very much, sir. Sir, we thank Dr. Malabendu Jana for his beautiful talk on COVID-19 possible strategies to prevent neurodegenerative diseases. So, Dr. Malabendu Jana from Rush University Medical Center, Neurological Science, Chicago, Illinois, USA. So we are very thankful to you, sir, for your talk and for sharing your wisdom with our participants. We expect that in near future, if possible, please visit our college when you come to India, and whenever possible, again we will try to be in touch with you. Thank you, sir. So we have another talk today. Yes, again later on we will have the question. You can write to sir regarding your question. Sir has given mail ID. Later on, if you want, you can get the mail ID. We'll move on to our next talk by Professor Projit Kumar Palit, Professor Department of History, Jadunath Sarkar School of Social Sciences, Assam University, Silchar. Professor Palit will speak on pandemic time and educational institutions, looking to positivity. I have already given sir's introduction earlier. So Professor Palit is a very erudite scholar in the field, and he has done his PhD from Vishwabharati Shantiniketan, and he has supervised many PhDs and MPhil scholars, and he has many publications and books and book chapters to his credit. So I would request Professor Palit to kindly give his webinar talk on today's COVID-19 topic. Sir, welcome, sir. Kindly give your talk, sir.
Respected morals. Hello.
Yes,
I am
yes,
audible.
sir. Yes, sir. It is. We can hear you, sir. Yes.
Okay. Just I PowerPoint. I just few times I just connected the PowerPoint.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. এটা কি? এটা দেখো।
প্রজিত বাবু ওই রেকর্ডের পাশে ওই শেয়ার কন্টেন্ট বলে আইকনটা আছে, ওখানে ক্লিক করুন, করলেই পেয়ে যাবেন। হ্যালো, প্রজিত বাবু পেয়েছেন?
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Uh, Actually, seen this PowerPoint.
Yes, it is visible. Sir, you can go to slideshow mode.
Slideshow. Uh, okay. It is slide mode.
Above, yes.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So the very problematics, and so lastly, Thakur save us. Moraj, I start.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Reviewed Kamalastananda Maharaj, Principal, Ramakrishna Mission, Vivekananda Centenary College, Rahura. Revered Swami Veda Anuragananda Ji Maharaj, Vice Principal of the college. Revered Brahmachari Chaitanya Maharaj, respected M. Jana, respected faculty members of the college, my student and participant. My topic actually pandemic time and educational institution looking to the positivity. So my topic also I divided in three parts. First part, the history of pandemic. Second part, actually, second part, how the corona pandemic affected to our institution and the students. Third part, how corona actually, how can student relieve from the pandemic tension? Actually, history is human resources. Is actually the when these actually human beings we are confidence, we know about history, so confidence will come. So the pandemic history, so you have a idea, you are confidence to this is not a first pandemic. Okay, so that is most important things. So this is the Harappa. Harappa civilization was the highly developed and careful plan organized city. It had well organized government. It was declined for various causes. The leprosy tuberculosis pandemic is one of the important causes to decline of the Harappa. IIT Kharagpur, IIT Kharagpur and also the Archaeological Survey of India jointly excavated the Harappa site of Rajasthan near Delhi 2013. Discovered the 57 burial of different types, and one burial was found a man with dog. Not only that, the identification lot of actually bacteria fossil of tuberculosis and leprosy. John Stewart, Anthropological Society of America, he point out, and he discussed in Nature Journal how the leprosy pandemic was actually affected in Harappa civilization, how the people that lost their life, the many dead bodies were found the different places in Harappa with the leprosy and tuberculosis. So it may be the first pandemic in human civilizations. The leprosy pandemic may be the first pandemic the human history. It may be occurred 3,000 years ago. Next, actually, uh, next pandemic, you can say the plague. The Athens plague, the oldest epidemic in Europe. More than 1 lakh people lost their life in this epidemic. The plague came the previous port and their food. The 11 years old girl, the skeleton is found, and now It it kept in the National Museum of Athens. The plague also the actually not only the Athens, but also the plague also affected in Egypt and Byzantine Empire in 541 to 42 CE. More than 50 lakhs people was lost. At Hong Kong, 1894 was detected by the Dr. Wan San. He discovered the plague bacteria from the patient who was uh, working as a clerk in his hospital. 6,000 people lost their life at Hong Kong. British government closed all the educational institutions in Hong Kong during the plague actually pandemic. The Hong Kong also came to India by the British soldiers 1898. The plague also the various devastating affected India, particularly all these port city, Calcutta, Karachi, Mumbai. The 1918, the 12.5 million people lost their life. Sister Nivedita and other monks of Ramakrishna Mission, they work in Kolkata, actually hard work, and they have saved a lot of lives. The Sarashchandra Chattopadhyay, actually Bengali novelist, he referred the actually Bengali plague in his famous novel Sikanto and Pather Dabi. The actually another pandemic, that's the typhoid. The Athens typhoid was the oldest pandemic in Europe. The 1 lakh people their life in this epidemic. The Greek historian Thucydides, the himself affected by the typhoid, and he wrote about the Athens epidemic. 2006, the Athens University detected the typhoid bacteria. The cholera, another pandemic. The cholera, it was started from the Kolkata and spread the South and Southeast Asia. So it is called and it is known still now the Asiatic cholera. This cholera also the affected not only the South and Southeast Asia but also the Europe by the British soldiers, and this is also the more affected also in Europe also. This is the another pandemic. This is the most important, and this pandemic, the Spanish actually influenza, the 1918, the Spanish influenza affected the whole world. That is also the many historians who work now the Corona pandemic and also Spanish pandemic, because the Spanish pandemic, Spanish influenza also they affected the whole world. 80% population of the world was affected with the Spanish flu. So the same the corona also they affected the more than 80%, and so they now the many historian those are actually working in disease history, and they are working the actually collecting data and compare the both pandemic. This is the most interesting many paper also I collected I can saw. The first actually world war, the British soldiers came to India, and they brought the Spanish flu in India. uh, British soldiers first reached in Mumbai, that now Mumbai, that is that time is Bombay. The Bombay was first the affected the flu, and that is India is popular name the Bombay flu. The 14 million people lost their life actually. You know the actually Mahatma Gandhi himself affected the flu. This is the most important actually. You can see the four maps. This map is severity, velocity, duration, and timing. Actually, how the Mumbai in pandemic they expanded our India, how to affect it the people also. The first actually map you can see, this map is most important map. This actually the moderate the I can use this color, the first map, the morality rate map, the morality how to they affect it. The yellow stand for moderate affected area. Yellow stand for this, that is also the northeastern part, and that is also the northeastern part, and also the Orange stand for high, red stand for very high, and brown extremely high. So you can see the all this actually indication how the expanded the actually mortality rate of the flus. A second map, the velocity actually the you can see the brown stand for very fast, and red the moderate, orange the very slow, and yellow the very slow. So this is also the another map you can realize the how the Bombay flus they affected. And the next actually map, the third map, that is also duration, the which how the time the that is also with there. Orange, orange, any problem? Hello.
No, sir. No problem, sir. You can continue,
Okay.
sir.
Okay. So
Yes, sir.
the duration, this is you can see the stand for the third map. They stand for actually the duration time. The orange color, you can see the orange color, the very short time duration, and red color, the moderate duration times. The brown actually long time, and yellow the very long. Actually, northeast and Assam, these places actually we are many actually archival materials, the Bombay flus, the Assam actually Guwahati archives. That is also the many archival records is there. How to the affected, which they affected also with one student also working in our university. So I can help them this scholar, and also I can saw this is also the more affected in Assam and that places. The last actually you can see the last map, that's the most important map, that is also the timing. The timing also the there we can this the indicates the map. The orange color stand for the very early, red for early, brown for late, and yellow for very late. So the that is also be there the actually the Assams and that places actually late affected areas. This is you see the actually American Red Cross carry the dead body, the actually Spanish flu, and these are rare photographs. So I collect these photographs, so you can see these photographs. You have seen the actually the announcement of the government of America. Robertson, the commissioners of the health of America, appeal to the people, quote, to stay the house, don't move to outside. The USA that time they censored all types of media, so the news of Spanish flu was not coming to outside of the America. So now the actually the pandemic, actually corona pandemic, the news also the actually affected the one place to another place, and how they affected. So there are also the actually there was the media. This is also the actually lockdown and mental distress, family conflict, domestic violence, unemployment. All these three all are there. That is also related our students, our actually youth. The 35% population of India are youth or students. Okay, so physically they are very strong, but mentally they are very fatigued. That is actually so the mental setup of our student groups are three component. The first component is cognitive component, second component is the emotional component, third component is the behavioral component. The students are much more effective the lockdown period because the school college are closed. The student they lost their second home, which actually that is the school and college. They actually derooted from their friends and the teachers, their own atmosphere. They lost their safety and also their support systems. And these times you can see the student also the unemployed, when part-time they engage the many students the actually part-time jobs, that is also private tutors and other things, they are all are lost, and their uncertainty and fearness always they affected our student groups. So what to do now? you can see they actually we avoiding watching the news channel, the all the news channel, mostly the private news channel. They're creating the problem, they're creating the tension in the society, because they are always the hype news and biased news, they are actually broadcast. You can see the government actually all India radio and others, their first podcast, the how much people relief from the corona. But the in private channel, they first how much affected the in the corona. So that is also the you can check it how to the differentiated the actually broadcasting management and their objectives. So dependent always the reliable source, the reliable information, that is most important. And deassociate yourself the negative social media, that is more important. So you can see the actually the all the what are others actually duties our students. Distance yourself from the negative people, negative groups, that is most important. They always the thinking of the positivity is more important. Limit the actually social media, your social platform, the time is more not engaged these times. And also they remind yourself they actually what is the reality, real things. Now you are see the virtual, always the virtual mode and virtual things, that is not the reality. So always avoid other thing also there, avoid forwarding news. This is also the more dangerous and without confirming. The government also the actually there also the government took the many precautions. The the WhatsApp and others media, they are actually and earlier the bulk WhatsApp we are forwarding, now it is not possible. So this is also be more important. And now the what you are not normal, that you can assess yourself when you are not normal. They're getting the actually then when they're getting news number of the corona affected people, that is also the your tension will come. So you can you are actually avoiding this type of information, because this information not helpful for your health. They actually lost sleep, if you this sleep is not good, so you can not normal. So all are this actually there, the feelings depression, all are you are not normal, the normalcy is not there. Okay. So the another important things is there, the marks. Okay, the marks, the September Jain people, they use the marks from the 5th century BCE. So Marx is not a new for Indian cultures. But what is the difference? The difference is there that we use the marks to save our life. Now the from the coronavirus, they all the Western cultures and the who's also they advise if you have to use marks because you save your life. But the Jain people use the marks for save the small insect. So there is a difference. The Jain people that thinks about that not only the actually the lives, the actually the animals and others, they thinks about the micro actual organisms, that is more important. They actually now we are many the word also the very useful, the quarantine they are talking about that they're discussing in many TV channel, the Italian words and other things. And this is also the European cultures. But I read in the Manu Sangita, the Manu Sangita mentioned the newborn baby and mother to isolate from the family, because the baby and mother protected from the they protected from the any various any disease, communicative disease, or any actually virus. So actually that is also be. And there is also be another advice in the Monu, uh, when the any one actually people lost their life in the family, that family was isolated from the society the 1 month. They actually that is the quarantine systems, the oldest quarantine systems. I also the one paper incorporate this the quarantine systems, the all long times we are in our countries. And And why that times they actually the death rituals and bath rituals, we are now practicing in our village. In that village, you can go there. There also the people also the practicing the actually these type of death rituals and bath rituals. I actually see in village there are also untouchable rooms, that is called Bengali the such ghar, and Hindi this such ghar. There also be there in rural UP. Visited the places, and that is also the isolated rooms, and these rooms also be very healthy, and also the all the windows full, actually windows and other things also there. So you can see we are always dependent and always thinks about the Western cultures and Western things, but that is also be not there. You can see your cultures and you see the things. This is also the various type of marks in 1918 to 20, because you can see this type of marks they're popular. The now also the marks also be popular in Indian market. The March to April, the Amazon, they actually profit. They selling the marks. They 2 lakhs 8 actually sorry 2 crore 2.5 crore. Okay, so only for Amazon they report, I can see. So the marks also be now the very important market, and the fashionable market, and the fashionable marks also be there. So that is also the most important. We are doing now the online classes. The online classes actually their debate the student also the actually helpful or not. The many actually study the ISI also the study. They are also their study also they not fruitful. The actually the online classes, we are also the teachers. The teachers also, I feel, my particular myself also, they are not satisfied the online classes. The why? They because that there is no pedagogy for the online classes. This was most important. The pedagogy, the actually teaching learning first step. If we scientific pedagogy is there, so the fruitful education, fruitful teaching also is possible. Second, there is no useful methodology for online classes. The methodology, the most important, the NCRT, SCRT, they are developed many methodology, the offline classes. And there is also the more important for online classes, we are applied the various type of methodology. The teachers also apply the types of the scientific methodology. So the class also the fruitfuls. The another important things is there, the teachers and student belonging to different world when the online classes going on. There is also the different, there is no connection. The student and teacher. I sometimes I call the student no response, because the student working actually they not work. Actually they are another way. They do the another work. The online classes also the affected the health of the students. 60% students are suffer the eye problem, headache, and hearing problems. The another things, another five actually another point also be there. The actually due to online classes, the student free to access the internet. The what happening? The happening is there. The 40% students they use the internet for crime. They are many message, because they are also the one report the crime branch of India. They are also the actually they report published, and this is also the very serious things. And this is also the 40% the actually student they uses the internet for crime. And this is actually this is not my study, the study of the crime branch of India. They published the report on the lockdown and corona situation. According to their study, the domestic violence increasing the 83%, the social violence increasing the 75%, individual violence actually increasing the 90%. So, and another actually is institution, in our important institution, the National Institute of Mental Health and Neuroscience, Bangalore. They report, they also they one report. They according to the report, the suicide tendency is increasing the 60%, depression increase the 70%, sleepless habit increase the 85%, tension increase the 70%. So all the report are there. All the report is actually why this is this condition coming up. They are also the both report I study, and they recommended they every why they every second they actually the student, a student means the youth, they are not controlling themselves. That is also important. We are old we are old person, we are not control himself. How the student, how the young youth they control themselves, that is the important. So their study, they every second open the Facebook, that is most important. They every second they open the Facebook and other social media, not to stop many games app. Their study the many games apps, there is a continuation, there's not stop, and various porno sites, that is also the crimes also be there. You can now they actually we are not suggesting that to stop uses actually not giving the actually students to internet or mobiles, but now they actually we are have to do so the confrontation, the domestic violence also be there. Another thing is that no actually the so the domestic violence and other things they gradually increasing. So you can think about that, the how it is possible the online classes and the pandemic, but there is no alternative without online classes. So you can see the mind, body and soul, there is the online classes, there is the separate, but the class, the offline classes, the mind, body and soul actually within not only the student but also the teachers and students, they are also linked with the actually the mind, body and soul within the class, and the class also the fruitful. So another things also be there, the balance and responsibility, the government
ইন্টারন্যাশনাল সিগন্যালটা এখন হচ্ছে আর একটা
hello.
All our participants are requested to mute his microphone, otherwise it is causing disturbance. Participants, please mute your microphone. Okay, sir, you can continue, sir.
Acha, okay. And actually balance the that is also be there, the balance and check, because how you are balancing the government and various political parties, and also the NGOs and guardian forums, they are all responsible. They are not free, they are also the responsible, and also their freedom, that if we not balance, so affected our student. For example, you can in corona times, our government actually not only the central government but also sometimes the state government, they took the decision, they very badly affected our society. I am not the all the details, I can just actually part only the student how to the indecision and the bad decision, and how to they affected our students, because the government decision, this actually the labors, the coming in another process there, I have not details all these things. They for study, not my actually opinion, this is also the researchers opinion. They actually they first affected to stop the HS examination of the West Bengal. They is a various actually affected our student, because they the all the student got the 100%. But you can see the I am actually I am belonging to in Assam. The Assam government completed the HS and Madhyamik examination in the times. Okay, but this is also the much more happy condition in the Assami students and also the Bengal student. I can actually compare to two state. The better decision government of Assam. The next to actually the trying the most of the NGOs and actually parties, political parties, and few state government, and also the guardian forum, they're trying to stop the NEET exams. That is also the very tension of the our students. The students also the confusion. You can see, I can download it, the verdict of the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court, you can study is the Supreme Court verdict, how the student affected. And it is possible how to there is no affected the NEET exams. Okay, the student is also happy, but you can see the actually the long time they are killing the long time student. The student also the confusion, and that is also the some guardian also be there, they stop the actually NEET exams, and some NGOs also they working there to stop the NEET exams, and also the some political also. The next to actually another indecision, they're trying to stop the actually graduate and postgraduate examinations. That is also be there. And you can see the first the West Bengal, all these university VC, they declare they not take any postgraduate undergraduate examination. But in our university, the central university, we are always actually declared we are actually exams will be held. But that time already exams, we took the exams. Okay, after that they also the UGC, when they pressurized, that time the West Bengal actually U-turned, and West Bengal government and West Bengal actually all the university VC there U-turned, and also they took the exams. So the student also they did not think about the student positions, students actually their how they are tensions and other things. So this is also the most important things in the actually decision makings bodies. They are also the university, they are the decision bodies, actually bodies. There are some responsibilities there for society, not only society, the whole society, but also our student society. The student, we are always responsible our students. That is most important. Any teachers, their first objective is life to satisfy the students. That is also the, and the second point, the indecision to implement the modalities of the examination systems, the postgraduate and undergraduate. Now, this is also be there. They actually in our university that time they actually university declared the post undergraduate exams the offline, and after actually exams before 7 days. That time they pressurized the student union and also the teachers association of the undergraduate teachers, and that time also the online also be there. So the two simultaneously online and offline, the both actually the examination systems. Our university took the exams. That is also the as a student also confused the how they are. This is not actually good for actually students communities, the students things. So the checks and balance is most important. Any government, so government or university or college, they are responsible a responsibility for the student communities. So uh, actually you can see the ice bag, the actually how much we do see the ice bag actually there is also the we see the ice bag only the 10%. Okay, the 10% we can see 90%, 90% remaining the below the sea. So the student also, we are controlling the teachers and parents, they think about that, or government, they think about that, they controlling the whole actually student communities. But it is not possible. Individual we not control the students, and collectively we not control the students, because students we are control only 10%, because the student 90% we are uncontrolled. We don't know what happening. So they actually you can see they they are also be 90% they are the unknown to others, because we don't know, the teachers don't know, the parents don't know the 90%. And they are also the actually there the many complexity, and they just like a fish they are swimming, and the mental suffering will come only 10%. The known things we are see the student this person, the student also suffering the headache, suffering some health any problems, so only for 10%, but there's a major problem also be there. So you can see the actually there also the impact the behaviors, the impact the mental, all these impacts this the behavior change. The this is also the actually the 90% pressurized they change the behaviors to the students. And that is also the actually pandemic times, the pandemic or lockdown times, the student also lot of problems there in mind, and their behaviors also be changes, and their domestic violence also be increasing, their suicide tendency. Many students, and not only the students but also the many mature persons also the suicide because these the problems. So how to actually change the behaviors, that is most important, played the role the teachers and also the parents. The first they to integrate our student the actually difficulties, the which are they facing the difficulties, which is the actually difficult situation they we our responsibility to integrate our student, and to motivate, to motivate our student the actually their problems, whatever the difficulties they're facing, and what are they solve this problem, how to solve these problems. So we are responsible to motivation. And also the educated means they actually corona, what is the corona really real news, real fact, all are there, they can encouraging and educated the all this actually pandemic, and how the many pandemics also occurred, so no tension also be there, there's some affected person also be there, to persuade the all this situation, to inform. The information is most important. Actually I talking about that every time. The now the age of information, so if you not inform proper information, we not give the student actually exams and all that, not only exam, their day-to-day life, this how to they check their lives, they are also the also be there. And to train is not that the only the physical training, but also the mental trainings, and also the mental and physical training is required, and it is possible to change the behaviors. So how can do 100% success in life? This is my actually my model. I developed this model. You can see the alphabet A B C D to Z. There are also the 26 alphabet. So the success in life, the skill is actually 82. You have the good skill, so you're not success 100%, you're not success in life. uh, the knowledge, you have good knowledge, you have not success in life the 100%, only 96%. So you have actually skill, knowledge, and hard working. You are not success in 100%. Only 98% you can success in life. So how the possible the 100%? It's possible. Actually, attitude. Your good attitude, your positive attitude, your success, your life. You can read it. The Abdul Kalam life biography. They're full of how he became a president. They're full of positivities, attitude. That is most important in our lives. So the you can see our actually they are also the many things also be there. There we can see the in our ancient history. There are also the cultural history. There are many things, many advices is there. They are collecting these words from Jatok story. A man asked to Buddha, I want to happiness. Lord Buddha said, first remove I, that is ego. Ego always, you have a ego. So ego also differentiated from one person to other person. You have a ego, so you de-associate your actually communities, means student friends, and also your school, college. So you are remove ego, and then you remove the wants. Want is desire. The is also the actually sorrowness. The your desire, they create the sorrowness. So the last left, the only the happiness will come. So that is also the most important. So desires actually, and remove your I and one means the ego and desire, then you become happiness. So in pandemic times, that is most important, these both those words. They now the everybody they joke. Okay, the joke is actually compact things. That is also not only the now we are popular. The UNESCO also declared the yoga joke the whole world, and 150 country they recognize the joke. But the joke is very old tradition in India. Actually, you see the Mauryan times, because the 300 BC, 300 BC to 800 BC, that times, that actually 2nd century BCE, that times actually yoga Patanjali time period. So the yoga also, they actually compact forms. That is also the argument. Also, this also the books, also the Ramakrishna Mission. When I was the student of Ramakrishna Mission, that times, the this is also I realize the how to the compact yoga in trend in Ramakrishna Mission, because the actually Raj Yoga, this is actually spiritual king. They all are Maharaj there. They are also the you can they are belong to Raj Yoga. Gyan Yoga, the wisdoms, actually knowledge, and also the Karma Yoga, the work is worship, the view on the words, and also the we are in Ramakrishna Mission. Many work also be there, and Gyan Yoga also the many many talk, many wish, many things also be in when I was a student. Now I also remember. And Bhakti Yoga, because the prayer every times the morning and evening we the prayer halls, so that there are also the Bhakti Yoga. So if you student of Ramakrishna Mission, you can applying actually you can think that you're applying your mode, and you can realization the 4 yogas also be there. That is more important. Not only the you are doing on pranayam and other things, that is not footfulls. The footfulls yoga is there. It is possible. The actually 4 sectors, the compact sector, that is also argument, and that is also be there in Patanjali Yoga Sutras. They actually the Swamiji also the actually symbol of inspirations in our lives. And I actually I took the 2 words. The first, man is not economic animal, man is not a tool making animal, man is infinite, man is finite outside, but it's infinite the inside. That is most important.